So in this video we are going to discuss some of the applications of unit hydrograph and also the limitations of unit hydrograph. Then we'll solve a problem. So from that problem we will try to understand what are the applications of unit hydrograph. Okay, right. Now first we'll look into the unit hydrograph. What is the use of unit hydrograph? I told you already, unit hydrograph is basically an imaginary kind of a hydrograph where there is only one unit of rainfall that has happened over the entire catchment area. Because of that, whatever the ordinates that get developed in the stream are represented by unit hydrograph. So unit hydrograph, like for example, if there is 1 centimeter of rainfall that has evenly happened with respect to spatially and also with respect to time duration, okay, then it will create the ordinates. That ordinates is represented in a graph, and that graph is your unit hydrograph. Okay, now we know what this unit hydrograph is. Like for example, the rainfall might have happened for 2 hour, 4 hours, 6 hour, 8 hour, 10 hour or anything like that. Okay, so this is the duration of rainfall. Okay, so usually the rainfall will happen for with respect to hours, minutes or anything like that, so it doesn't have any certainty. So the rainfall is not certain with respect to its precipitation. Okay, the rainfall is not evenly distributed over the spatial area also. So we need to understand where this can be applied. This unit hydrograph can be applied in the areas where there is considerably similar rainfall that has happened. For example, if I am using the unit hydrograph, I have to use in the rainfall condition where the unit hydrograph which has been derived, if it is derived for 2 hour unit hydrograph, 4 hour unit hydrograph, then I need to use while calculating or determining or predicting the discharge in the stream for that particular rainfall period only. Okay, I'll explain this. I'll just try to clarify this with the problem also. I'll try to explain it. Okay, so unit hydrograph can be used for estimating the discharge in the river. Okay, so you can calculate how much is the runoff that is going to take place if there is a rainfall of 5 centimeter or something like that. Now imagine we have derived the unit hydrograph which is representing the ordinates of discharge in the stream for 1 centimeter. Now if there is a 5 centimeter of rainfall, what will happen to the ordinates or the discharges in the stream? So what we do is that every ordinate is multiplied by the 5 centimeter, so it will represent the ordinates or the discharges in the stream. Okay, so I'll explain this with the help of the problem that we will solve. Okay, next. So it means what? Hydrology unit hydrograph will help you determine or predict the discharges that are possible in the stream. Okay, if we have the rainfall data. Okay, so this development of flood hydrograph, basically this is done for some of the catchment areas where you want to determine what is the flood. Like for example, if I know what is the duration of the peak discharge, if I want to determine what will be the time because of this heavy rainfall whichever happened previously, and when will we see the maximum discharge in our stream, we can calculate this, which is called as a time lag, right? So we can determine how much could be the peak discharge. We can predict the possible peak discharges. So this can be used for flood forecasting. This can be used to for the flood records. To maintain the flood records, unit hydrograph is important. Like for example, if you want to compare the flood that has happened with this year and previous year's floods, we can make a comparative analysis by using the unit hydrograph. Okay, so these are some of the applications of unit hydrograph. Now I have already explained to you the limitation. The one major limitation is that if you have a unit hydrograph of 2 hour unit hydrograph, you have to apply that 2 hour unit hydrograph to the corresponding 2 hour rainfall period. Like for example, I have a 2 hour unit hydrograph. Now the rainfall has happened for 2 hours and the rainfall is around 5 centimeter. So then I can calculate the ordinates of that 5 centimeter rainfall. Okay, ordinates for the hydrograph of 5 centimeter. But if the rainfall is for 4 hours and the unit hydrograph you have is only for 2 hours, so you cannot calculate it. So that unit hydrograph will not be applicable for the different duration of rainfalls. Okay, so that unit hydrograph will be applicable for the same duration of rainfall values. Okay, so and the next thing is that, as I told you, that it is nearly impossible or it is not at all practical to say that the precipitation will take place evenly over the entire surface of the catchment area. It is impossible. It's not even like nearly possible. So the same with the time also. You cannot say that the intensity of rainfall will remain same for the entire duration of rainfall. Like for example, since from the beginning of the rainfall till the end of the rainfall, the intensity of the precipitation will not remain same. Okay, you can see from the hydrograph that we have derived. So hydrograph basically explains you the differences in the intensity of rainfall over the entire duration of rainfall, right? Assume that yesterday or two days continuously, if there is a rainfall, do you see that the intensity of rainfall is remaining even for the entire 2 days? No, it is not possible, right? So that's how the basic assumption in the unit hydrograph was this, that the water is distributed evenly over the space, and also it is distributed evenly over the entire rainfall period, which is not possible. Okay, now this is the first thing. The next thing is that application of the catchment area. If the catchment area is greater than 5,000 square kilometer, you cannot apply it, because imagine if it is 5,000 square kilometer, there are different kind of rainfall periods. The rain doesn't happen for the entire basin at the same time, so the basin becomes totally away from what the reality is, right? So that's why you cannot apply the unit hydrograph for basins which are larger than 5,000 square kilometer. Okay, right? So this is what the application of limitation of unit hydrograph is. Now next what we'll do is we'll solve a problem. From that problem we'll also try to understand what is the application of the unit hydrograph. Okay, now let us take this problem. So in this problem, this part, these are the columns which I have calculated, so don't need to focus on this. You focus on only these two one right now. So what the question was asked like this: the observed flows at stream gauge due to 6 hours storm are given below. Derive 6-hour unit hydrograph for the above data, assuming the catchment area as 316 square kilometer. So this is the time in hours which is given to you, and this is the observed flow of flow in Cumex. This is time in hours. So we need to first determine the hydrograph for the runoff. Okay, so from that hydrograph we can separate out the base flow. So after separating the base flow, we can calculate how much is the direct runoff. So after calculating direct runoff, you can calculate what is the ordinates of unit hydrograph. So this is the same problem which we have solved previously. I'd like to explain it again. We'll solve this, and after that we will try to understand what are the applications of unit hydrograph. Okay, after deriving the unit hydrograph. Okay, let's say this is your observed flow. Because of that, what we'll do is we'll see only these. Okay, right? So this is your hydrograph. Okay, for a given stream, and this is your base flow. See here, what I have done is the 17 meter cube per second is the discharge at time t hours, and at time 72 hours we have value of 17 back. Okay, now I'll consider the separation of base flow curve by the first method, which is constant discharge method. So I'm assuming that 17 meter cube per second will remain as a constant base flow in the stream. So henceforth I have drawn this entire line and I have separated now. Okay, so this, if I separate the base flow from the hydrograph, I'll get to know how much is the direct runoff hydrograph. Direct runoff hydrograph is basically the hydrograph is generated from the water that is flowing on the earth surface only, right, and the subsurface flow, right. So once I get the direct runoff hydrograph, what I do next is to calculate how much is the depth of runoff. Okay, how to calculate the depth of runoff, which is also called as effective rainfall, or it is also called as excess rainfall. So after separating the base flow, what is the next thing we do is that we calculate the direct runoff. So this is the graph which is showing you the direct runoff. So after solving the direct runoff, the next thing is to calculate how much is the runoff depth. So how do we solve the runoff depth? Runoff depth can be calculated by first taking the sum of the ordinates of direct runoff. The sum of the ordinates of direct runoff is 947.94. So after that, the runoff depth will be d20 into 60 into 6. I will double click this so that you can see the formula. So this sum is multiplied by 60 into interval. So what is the interval, time interval? Time interval is 6. So that's why the sum is multiplied by 60 into 6. That will give you the volume of water. So once you calculate what is the total volume of water, what we do is divided by the area. So the area is of the basin is 316 square kilometer. So after conversion, this is what I get. So the depth, runoff depth is 6.479, something like that. Okay, so once you calculate the runoff depth, we can calculate the ordinates of unit hydrograph, which is the way to calculate the hydrograph. Now the hydrograph that I'm going to calculate is for 6 hours of unit hydrograph. Okay, so the rainfall has happened for 6 hours, right? So here these values will be divided by, so these values will be divided by the runoff depth, which is 6.47959. okay, so after calculating, this is what the values that I get. So these are the values of my unit hydrograph. Okay, so once I solve the unit hydrograph, as you can see, this curve is representing the unit hydrograph, and this curve is representing the ordinates of unit hydrograph. So this curve is possible when there is a runoff depth of 6.479. okay, now this curve is possible, this ordinates are visible only in case of 1 centimeter depth of water. Now if there is a 6 hour rainfall that has happened, and because of that, if there is a 4 centimeter of rainfall, okay, so 4 centimeter of excess rainfall, so I can calculate what will be the hydrograph here. See here, what we done, from the direct runoff hydrograph we have created, or we have generated the unit hydrograph. From the unit hydrograph we can generate the hydrograph for any given effective rainfall. Now today what I'll do is, if there is a rainfall that has happened, I want to predict what is the discharge in the stream. So if I know how much is the excess rainfall or effective rainfall that has happened today, I'll determine it is to be 4 centimeter, 5 centimeter, or whatever. So whatever the units ordinates of unit hydrograph was there, I'll multiply with the centimeter of excess rainfall. Okay, so these ordinates will be multiplied by the 4 centimeter. Now see here, the ordinates of 6 hour 4 centimeter effective rainfall. Now this ordinates were representing the 6 hours 6.47 centimeter of effective rainfall. Now I want to calculate, if there is 6 hour rainfall and 4 centimeter of effective rainfall, then I want to determine how much will be my ordinates. So to do that, what I'll do is, whatever these values were there, the ordinates of unit hydrograph, they will be multiplied with 4. okay, after multiplying with that, I'll get to know how much is the ordinates of, see here. So now this line is representing the ordinates of direct runoff. Okay, this curve is representing the ordinates of unit hydrograph, and this curve is representing the ordinates of 6 hour 4 centimeter effective rainfall. If there is a 4 centimeter effective rainfall, because of that, whatever the ordinates that get generated are represented over here. Okay, now from this, what I can do is that I can determine what is the time lag. Okay, so what is the possible duration after the rainfall where I'll see the peak discharge, the maximum discharge in the stream, right? So I can calculate that time, and I can also calculate how much is the maximum peak that is possible. Okay, how much is the maximum discharge that is possible in the river. Okay, now imagine what is the advantage of this. The advantage of this is you can predict the flood. What kind of flood is this that gets created? Now see, whenever you see a flood, what you do is that if you have the historical records, we can develop such kind of unit hydrographs. From these unit hydrographs, we can arrive at a conclusion at what point of time, because of this huge amount of rainfall, there can be a maximum discharge in the river, so that it doesn't get flooded up, right? So we can see what is the time where there can be a maximum discharge in the river. We can also determine how much is the maximum discharge that is possible in the river because of this huge amount of rainfall. This can be possible by the unit hydrograph. It may not be precise, but it will give you a probabilistic value. Okay, right. So after this, you can also see what is the time when the discharge goes normal, right? So it should go back to its normal state of flow, right? So if you want to know when will this go to normal, we can determine that also. So these are the advantages of unit hydrograph, and I already explained you what is the limitations of the unit hydrograph also. Okay, now previously whichever problem that we solved, I want to go back to that. So this is the problem we had solved, and in this problem also what we can do is we can solve for the ordinates of unit hydrograph. Okay, now here we have the unit hydrograph. Now similarly I can solve the unit hydrograph for 6 centimeter rainfall. Now ordinates of 6 centimeter effective rainfall. Okay, so assume that if there is ordinate 6 centimeter of effective rainfall, I want to determine what will be the ordinates or the discharges in the stream. So here what I'll do is I'll multiply these values with 6 centimeter. Okay, so from this I could be able to calculate how much is my ordinates. Okay, so these ordinates can be plotted in the graph like this. Like this, this is the curve which was representing the unit hydrograph. Now this is a curve which is representing the ordinates of the discharges in case of 6 centimeter of rainfall, effective rainfall. Like see, like this you can keep on calculating like discharges or peak discharges, or you can also find out what is the time period from which it can stop the rainfall. Okay, right. This is what the advantage of unit hydrograph. So if you have any doubt with unit hydrograph, you can ask me the question. Okay, thank you.